Hello, everyone. Again, this is the Collective Soul, and my name is Kay. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. It's lovely to be here with you guys today again, and it's wonderful that we're able to come to another reading together. Thank you for spending your time with me. Guys, we're going to be doing a general reading again for the collective, and I'm going to let Spirit, as usual, decide the topic and the direction. And if you would like, if you like what you see, would you please consider subscribing and hitting the like button so that I can help more people like you? And it also helps my channel grow, right? So I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now I'm just going to take a brief moment, as I usually do, and call upon Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit to assist me today with correctly interpreting the energies in the cards and help me see clearly. Thank you. So if you're all ready, I'm ready. Let's go. I'm using the deck for beginners, the Tarot for Beginners deck again. Love the way it feels and shuffles. It's very pretty. So Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today for this general read, August the 4th, 2023, Friday, August the 4th, 2023, end of another week. Amazing how they're going by so quickly. So what would you like to start off with, Archangel Michael and Holy Spirit? What do you see as being a need for our collective, the collective soul? Okay. He says, shuffle one more time. I'm not messy enough, I guess, for them to just drop out. Not saying anyone else is messy. I'm just trying to make sense of why they don't come out. He says, cut the deck, and this is where we shall begin. Okay, what do you have? Oh, and we're upside down. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, the Queen of Wands energy. We're starting off by talking about someone who's in the Queen of Wands energy. This individual is, like, she's the counterpart to the King of Wands, but she's very fiery. She's fiery. She has a lot of self-confidence. She's attractive, magnetic. She's mature in her energy because she's a queen. The next step up from a queen is the Empress for a feminine energy. She enjoys being liked and seen by her peers and others, and she enjoys family and home life. She is a charismatic, no-nonsense type of individual. If you want to, wrangle with her, she's likely going to come out on top. And she just has a lot of sex appeal and is desirable and has great passionate desires as well. Okay, so maybe you can identify with the Queen of Wands energy, or you know somebody who you care for. Guys, I got cat hair on my table, and I'm sorry, but it's covered all the time, so I don't know how the cat hair gets there. But anyways, here we go. Oh yes, we're going to go with clarifying it. We got the Five of Wands, Five of Cups, it's 2 5s, so that means challenges and change. And the Hermit, wow. Okay, so this particular Queen of Wands energy is sitting in the energy of what I just mentioned, her being very powerful, charismatic, and passionate. She has obviously been in some kind of confrontation or conflict, whether it's internal or external conflict. If it's internal, it means that she's got some things that she's thinking and feeling that her heart and her mind are just not, in balance. They're not seeing eye to eye, so to speak, and not on the same page. So she's got this inner conflict about maybe what to do in her life, how to move forward, what's the best path, all that sort of stuff. Or she's actually in conflict, having arguments and disagreements with other people about, what she wants to, what she desires, what she chooses to do, and so forth and so on. She might be in a relationship with somebody and she wants to step forward, and it may not involve that person. So she's got inner conflict and possibly external conflict with others. This doesn't mean you're actually fighting. It just means you might actually just not be on the same page, just like with inner conflict. Your heart and your mind are not connected, and so it's the same with the external sources of conflict. People, maybe it's a job that you have coworkers who are always in competition with you, and it just clashes with your plans and your desires. Okay, so the other 5 is the 5 of Cups. This is someone who's been feeling disappointed, upset, feeling kind of left out in the cold, if you want to say, but pessimistic and just kind of sad and remorseful, maybe regretful, depends. It's just somebody who is feeling like they've been abandoned, and lonely. But if they looked behind them, see, they're focusing on these 3 past cups. Those could be 3 past relationships that didn't go well, and the Queen of Wands is focused more on those than she is if she just turn around and see those 2 cups. She's got love opportunities and options to look at, to see what's in her future is opportunities in love, and she's just not seeing that right now. So she's feeling pessimistic and disappointed, just not happy. Okay? Wow, it's hard to think of a Queen of Wands being like that. Okay, and then there's the Hermit. The Hermit is wanting to be in isolation so that she can figure out what's going on with her and to gain some enlightenment, to see how to move forward. That's with the yellow light there in the lantern. That's the divine lighting her path before her, showing her that there are 2 cups of 2 different relationships, or somebody who wants to give her. It's a 2 of Cups thing, and it could be a relationship, a partnership, 2 of Cups. But she's chosen to isolate herself, and probably out of disappointment and pessimism, feeling upset about the past, but she wants to get a good footing on what to do next. And so she figured that she needed to go into isolation, spend some time on her own, much needed time on her own, in order to be able to move forward more confidently, because that's her energy. She's all about confidence and passionately pursuing something. So she's in search of some spiritual enlightenment here, while she spends her time in hermit mode, I say. So, guys, there's another way you can read this, is that there is someone else who is conflicted about coming forward towards the Queen of Wands, that they're in, remorse and regret energy with the 5 of Cups, and that they have been spending time in hermit energy so that they can figure out, what's the best path for them, and because they know they have their eye is on the ball, the 8 ball, and the 8 ball is having a relationship with the Queen of Wands. Somebody who they see as the Queen of Wands. Very enigmatic and magnetic, and just an attractive, good person who works hard and so forth. They don't take no for an answer. They're victorious type of energy, the Queen of Wands. They like to pursue something, and they like to win. Okay, so and then we have the 3 of Wands here. where somebody is making plans to move forward, and it looks like it could be they're looking across the horizon, which they might be moving across the sea, maybe moving abroad where the Queen of Wands might be located. So this individual, whoever they are looking ahead and making plans, and they're basically prepared to go somewhere now, wherever that happens to be. All right, so I kind of think that we got somebody here that that's looking ahead, trying to find a path after spending time in reflection. Or again, this is the Queen of Wands, feeling the inner conflict and feeling, disappointed, bored, whatever, pessimistic, that's how she's been feeling in the past, and all she needs to do is turn around, see these two cups, and this spending time in hermit mode. You see the Hermit is looking at those two cups, okay? The Hermit is looking at those two cups, you see. So when she's in hermit mode, that light right there is going to reveal those two cups to her, okay? And this is her saying, okay, I'm ready. Then now that I've had time in hermit mode and I've isolated myself, I've spent a great deal of time reflecting and basically analyzing what's been going on with me as to why I stay in energy like this. She's decided she's not going to do that anymore. Okay, so it's either or. It's either or. So let's get some clarity, right? Clarity. Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, will you please tell us about the Five of Wands energy, please? This Five of Wands energy, this inner conflict or external conflict, can you shed some light on it for us so we know more about the storyline here? So we can see clearly, right, guys? It's all about, that's what tarot card readings are all about. It's trying to find some clarity and some answers. All right, he said to pull. I'm pulling. Oh, Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Change and, oh yeah, inner conflict, I'm thinking. And the Knight of Wands. Wow, okay. And the Ace of Pentacles. Yay! Can you see that? Yeah. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune card. It's about a new cycle, starting a new cycle that is brand new, and it's going to lead to, good fortune, success, and happiness, really, in the near or long run. It's going to create this new cycle with the Wheel of Fortune. It means that the karma is done, it's been spent on learning lessons, and now it's time to move ahead in a new cycle confidently, assuredly, with certainty, and much passion and pursuit with respect to who the Queen of Wands energy is. Nine of Pentacles means that she is feeling very abundant. She's going to be feeling very abundant and prosperous. She's successful. She's sort of like, that energy is pre-Empress energy, which means she's good all around. Abundant, prosperous, loving, nurturing, kind, caring, successful, running. She may have her own business where she's quite well off financially, because this is independent type of energy, as opposed to being codependent, dependent on someone else for your finances. The Queen of Wands here is looking towards a future where she's able to provide for herself, and to establish that in her life before getting involved with anyone else. That if they add more wealth to her life through the relationship, the connection, then that's fantastic. But otherwise, She's looking to be independently wealthy. And that's the Nine of Pentacles energy. The Knight of Wands is she is working on trying to be, keeping her passion alive, and it actually creates, if you don't channel it correctly or balance it correctly, it can be impulsive, where she might be seeking immediate results. But she's also interested in being on an adventure, because she's got that fiery energy that looks for spontaneity and passion, and just loves, she's pursuing something that she loves. And it's a challenge to her. Those are what sparks her, makes her feel really alive. And this one here, the Five of Wands, as these are clarifying, this is because she is going to move into this energy, she's going to be blessed with financial prosperity. Okay, so she's going to have what she needs to move into a new cycle of prosperity, and it could mean that she's moving in order to have that experience with, it might be a new job, it may be, she's getting a promotion, or her business venture is successful, or maybe she's starting a new job or a business venture, like she might be an entrepreneur stepping out into entrepreneur realm status as an entrepreneur business person. And because she's going to be in this energy, she's going to have what she needs. The spirit, see the hand, the cloud with the hand, and the pentacle means that this is divinely not only protected but guided and given. Okay, the divine is giving her whatever it is that she needs to be able to do this. But you see, this is more like inner conflict, in that maybe she's in a relationship right now. We don't know for certain, but she might be in a relationship, and making decisions to be out on her own without having the certainty before she takes that next step out on her own. Maybe she's been codependent and living off her partner's income. Maybe there's she's just living a great, good life with being financially stable and secure, that if she were to go out on her own, what would this do? Like, would she be able to make it? She's having this conflict as to whether or not she could do this, become the Nine of Pentacles energy for just being abundant and prosperous, independently wealthy and successful. But she just, because she can't see the future, most of us can't, but it looks like the cards are saying if she would just take that so-called leap of faith, she would have all the energy, all the passion, all the money, and all the good fortune in abundant ways, in any way that looks like to her, including the divine's help. She would just, she would be able to look back from being here and saying, why didn't I make that decision sooner? Why was I so in conflict with myself over that? She just she doesn't have enough faith, solid faith that everything is fine and that she will be well taken care of. Well, this is the proof right here. It's the hand of God coming in and saying, girl, you do this, and I'm going to make sure that you have everything you ever wanted and desired. Just take that step into the river. What's that? What's the river? I'm not very biblical, okay, even though I studied it. But the River Jordan, I don't know what it was. Was it Moses that had to step He was leading the people out of Israel, and God came in, or Jesus came in and parted the sea for them so that they could walk across the seabed and get to the other side, which would be to the promised land. So that's what we're always being asked to just make that first step, and this will come in and separate the sea, make it so you can walk across the seabed and get to the other side, careful, safely, securely, where all of your abundance and good fortune will be. Just take that leap of faith with me. Now, there's no card here that says leap of faith. There is a leap of faith card in the deck, and I love that one. But let's move on. Okay, so let's ask about the Five of Cups energy. All right, what the devil is going on with the Five of Cups energy? Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, please tell us about the Five of Cups energy. What can you tell us about the Five of Cups energy? Thank you so much. All right. We have Temperance. The Strength card. And the Ten of Cups. Ooh-ee. Okay. So, the Temperance is finding balance, okay? Balance. In your emotions, basically, your emotional life. Not being in balance, not being very balanced, being depressed, moping, and upset, right? That's the low side of the emotional scale. Then there's a high side of the emotional scales where we just get too, overly emotional, giddy and silly and not taking things seriously enough, and so forth and so on. The balance is Temperance. Okay, this is where you are in balance between this cup and that cup that's full of emotions. They're pouring the emotions back and forth. Look at the sun back there and the trail towards the sun and the mountains. This one here is an angel, okay? The angel, this card tells us that we are spiritually and positively, mentally balanced, okay? We are being protected by the angels. Our journey would be protected. Our journey to the sun would be protected, and we would be guided, you see. But it's about tempering your emotions, all right? This is not tempered. This is being tempered. So you're being asked by the divine to temper your emotions so that you can move forward feeling assured, certain, and protected, knowing you're protected. The Strength is asking basically the same thing. Knowing that you have potential as the Queen of Wands. You have everything you need as the Queen of Wands to be able to move towards all your passionate desires. And the divine is just asking you to do that because that's what you were made for. And so, again, you just need to find your balance and be able to tame the beast inside that keeps telling you, no, you can't do this. Who do you think you are? You can't do anything like that. That's ridiculous. Stop thinking like that. You won't have enough money. Wherever you decide you want to go, there you won't know anybody. You'll be all on your own. People are going to take advantage of you, or you're just not going to have the success you're looking for, and so forth and so on. That's your ego, right? That's the beast, taming the beast inside of you. If you do that, if you get your energy under control, you will have the strength and the faith to move forward with confidence, because that's what the Queen of Wands energy is all about, confidence and passion. The divine is saying, and as an extra blessing or reward for getting your emotions under control and having the faith and the strength, the strength to do this, to put your foot in the water, and to have the faith that it is all going to happen, because you're taking a leap of faith. You're putting your foot in the water, okay? So God knows what you're asking for. God cannot know to help you in the way you best need it unless you ask for it. Asking is what it's all about. It's the name of the game. It's about having a connection with God, who is your soul at that higher level. God is your soul. There's no separation. There's only you, which is God. And you would say, God and me. Well, God and me is one. So you start tapping into that truth about who you are, and allowing it to move through your physical experience with you, then all you need to do is ask. In order to manifest what you need and desire, all you need to do is ask. Ask, ask, ask. And God knows that if you're doing all of this, this is what you're really seeking. You're seeking a 10 of Cups energy life of total happiness. Okay, it's emotional fulfillment, it's harmony and stability, and in a loving, relationship, whether it's just with family or friends, or you have a love, you actually meet somebody who's on the same page as you, and you establish a loving partnership with them in whatever way that might be, whether you stay just dating or you actually get married. But this usually is the marriage card. So it means it's a happily ever after life as a family. And just two people come together is considered a family, all right? You don't have to have kids, but you might have kids that you bring with you into the new relationship, the connection. So this is what God is saying, Spirit is saying to you, that turn around and look at those other 2 cups, which is what you're trying to do with the Hermit. Just keep going. Balance, get your emotions under balance, under control, so that you can see what direction you really want to go. Like you're going to have some deep introspection on what it is you really want. And trust me, I haven't always known what I really want. I guess because it's been foggy, not knowing what I really want. There's been a veil over what I probably really desire, but I don't know, is because I didn't have enough faith. I didn't put any weight on God making materials, God performing miracles in my life, miracles that I can't even imagine. I can't actually say, okay, well, a miracle for me would be this, because that's not what God's going to do. God's miracles are like, they'll be just fantastic, fabulous, exciting, and shocking, but in a very, very, very good way. So God is just asking you, the angels supporting you, that you turn around, look at this while you're spending time in this. You'll see this, and then you'll have all the strength and courage you need. And then while you're living your life abundantly, independent, and enthusiastic with all this great new, wheel of fortune spinning in your favor now, the 10 of Cups, it will be yours. It's a happily ever after life, right? Happily ever after. All right, so that's what I'm understanding from those cards so far. Let's, can you have a look at, help us understand the Hermit card? It's make sure that we're on the right path here with this interpretation. What is the Hermit energy? What or who is in the Hermit energy? I believe it's the Queen of Wands in the Hermit energy. It could be a suitor, but there's not been much other than the 10 of Cups that might be pointing to a suitor at this point in time. So let's have a look. Okay, what's the Hermit energy? Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit, thank you so much. In gratitude. All is good. Okay, here we go, the Hermit. The Magician, of course, of course. I mean, that makes sense to me. Justice and the Knight of Swords. Yay! You see, we got the 4 wands on the back. 4 wands and the Lovers. Oh, look, guys, we are getting into there being, putting it somewhere where you can see it. There being a relationship on the horizon. Okay, so the Hermit card is talking about the Magician, Justice, and the Knight of Swords. The Magician is someone who's got all the tools they need, which you see here: good fortune, independence and success, wealth, and a lot of energy, a lot of passion, with the divine providing for you all the way through to this happily ever after life. Okay, the Magician means you have everything you need, all the tools. Okay, and that's what I just said were your tools. You become, when you get your, okay, this is what you need to know, everybody needs to know. When you get your emotions under control, because your emotions are dictating your life experiences. Yes, what you think creates your life experience, but every thought has an emotion attached to it. So if you're thinking optimistically, you likely have some real optimistic feelings, that are coming forward. And it's that vibration that's in your heart from that optimism that is actually going to attract the type of experiences that are out there and all around you. You just don't see them, but that's the unseen, right? That's spirit. It's all in the 5th dimension or 6th dimension, whatever. It's only in the ethereal. That's what they say. It's only in the ethereal. It's not until you actually you get your heart in a space, a place where you're feeling optimistic and hopeful and faithful and all that sort of stuff, the good stuff, that it'll start coalescing, that the ethereal will start coalescing around you, and then boom, it shows up in the material world in whatever way that matches the energy of your heart, the optimism, the hope, whatever. Your mind and heart have to be balanced. Same idea as your emotions have to be in balance, okay? That balance, you can't be not enough emotional, holding back from being emotional because you fear someone's gonna, take advantage of you. That makes you too vulnerable to be in your emotions heavily, is too much one way. You have to be balanced, okay? And when you're balanced, that's when you become a master manifester. Master manifester. You start manifesting. That's what's hanging around in the ether all around you like this, and then boom, into your material world, into your life, your physical life. All right, so that's what manifesting is all about. Get yourself in emotional balance, and the only way you're really going to do that is, first of all, ask God for help. All your, your spirit guides, your angels, ask them for help. Really, truly enter into a real relationship with God, where when you talk to God, it's like you're just talking to a best friend, or a partner or something like that, like somebody who's real. It's like that's what it feels like to you. So you get yourself into that emotional state of being connected to the divine, who is the one that helps you manifest everything that you desire in your life as the Queen of Wands. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing is you have to grow up. You have to, and I say that with love, okay? There's no judgment here. But when we're not emotionally in control, it means we're not grown up yet. It's, even though you might be an adult in physical and biological ways, your emotions are not. They are something that the way you respond to things or react to things in your life, what people say and do or they don't say and do, what happens in your life, however you're reacting to things, whether you just shut down or you swear, you just become belligerent, you just become very, very angry, You just run away from things. You want to stick your head in the sand like an ostrich does when they don't like what they're seeing. You know, whatever way you're reacting to something, and it's a reaction, that's because this is how you coped in childhood. So whatever it was that you were dealing with in childhood that was unfavorable and unpleasant experiences, you have you created a coping mechanism with your reactions, your emotional reactions, and you are carrying them like in your back pocket into your adult life. And you are operating from these reactions from childhood in every relationship you're having. If you don't believe me, just think about it. Sit back and think about how are you behaving when your partner or your kid or your best friend or the coworker does something. If you're not happy, maybe whether you act it out or not, it doesn't matter. It's what you're thinking, how you're thinking, and then feeling because of those thoughts. If you feel like you have been taken advantage of, you bet that your emotions are going to have that, like, you're just going to have that, that type of feeling, like you just kind of clench up inside because you're just immediately frustrated or angry that someone could have the gall of taking advantage of me. How dare they? That kind of thing. So it's about getting your thoughts, your mind and your heart in balance, but getting your emotions under control, because it's that vibration that's in your heart that is the end result of having your emotions in control that actually then sends out that heartbeat like a ripple on a pond when a stone is thrown into the pond. There's ripples. Well, that's what your vibration is from your heartbeat. And whatever your heart is beating like, does it have stones in your heart where there's blockages to love? Or are you opening up and allowing love to come into your heart, to feel it, and then let it, to flow out into your world through these ripples? Once you do that, the universe, in its law of attraction, like attracts like, you actually going to start to successfully manifest, like to pull in experiences that are matching that resonance that's going out in ripples into your world around you. Okay? So that's how we learn to manifest, is because we've got our emotions under control. We're having faith and trust in the divine that you're being supported. And when you have that under control, you are a master manifester. You will manifest what it is you really, really desire as the Queen of Wands, okay? So that is what the Hermit card was, clarified as. So it's good time to spend in Hermit mode. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's not wrong to be in Hermit mode. It's good, especially if you're doing the work. And it's called the work, okay? The work on yourself, your thoughts and your emotions, because that is what's creating your life, quite literally. So the Three of Wands, excuse me. Oh yeah, we had also Justice and the Knight of Swords come out as clarification, as well as the Lovers and the Four of Wands. And I kind of wanted to do, well, in any case, in summary, this is, the scales of justice are going to be balanced for you. Things are moving in your way, in your direction, to help you feel vindicated. Whatever, if someone's done you wrong before and it looks like somebody might have, and they're rushing back in, that's the Knight of Swords, rushing back in, seizing the opportunity to be able to lay their sword down in front of you to say, I'm here, I'm very interested and attracted to you. I would like you to hear what I have to say. That's the sword of truth, right? He's going to come in, put his sword down in front of you and say, please, will you listen to me? Will you hear me out as to why I did what I did, as to why you have needed justice? Excuse me. Justice is, balancing scales, of course, but whenever it shows up, it means something was unjust. There was something that happened in the Queen of Wands' life that was not just. it needs to have justice brought to it to make sure that whoever did it has received their karma from it and possibly have learned their lessons, and now they're seeing a bright future. They want to move ahead, as do you, to overcome any obstacles and blockages, to free your heart, to fill up with love, and feel optimistic that life will become a 10 of cups for you. And that it will include a lover and possibly a proposal by this guy here, whoever that guy is. So lovers is someone's made a choice, a decision to take the path of moving towards you. Okay? And the Four of Wands is, this Four of Wands is a serious commitment. This individual wants to experience security and safety under your wing in a relationship with you. You feel like home to them. And these people here are just getting married. This is the 1111, which can actually mean this relationship might be a twin flame journey or a relationship where this person's come back. And if you don't know much about twin flame, you can Google it and it'll tell you sort of what the whole journey's about, how it has to happen in order for two people who are on a twin flame journey, how they can come back together, because it's one soul having two different physical lives. So one soul in two different bodies. All right, that's a twin flame. And you know, it's a twin flame, like you both are beating for the same relationship with yourself, because if it's one soul, two different bodies, it means one half is in one and one half is in the other. You come together and you actually form a very, very amazing relationship if you've learned your lessons. And this is what this is saying, is that if you learn your lessons, if you've learned your lessons, you'll be able to, that means you've got your emotions under control. You become a master manifester, and you probably have been manifesting a beautiful, loving relationship to come into your life. And voila, boom, here comes that Knight of Swords guy from the past, okay? So here you go. There is a loving relationship with someone. The Knight of Swords, whoever that character is, will have a look, okay? So they are very serious about asking you to include them, to re-include them back in your life, in their life. They want to be your lover. And they're going to be bringing fairness to you, because they're going to treat you a whole lot differently than they did before. And they are just like, they're all hyped up about it. They just want to do it. But they're going to do what they need to do in order to match what it is that you need in your life. So they're taking you actually into consideration, amazingly enough, which they didn't before. Okay, so that's all great news. Can you tell us, Archangel Michael, before we end the reading, can you tell us a little bit about this Knight of Swords energies? Who is this energy? Who is this energy? What can you tell us about the Knight of Swords energy? Who is a lover and who wants to offer commitment, security, and to be a home type of energy for this relationship, for this connection? The Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups energy. Who is the Knight of Swords? Okay? Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, somebody who's got an Ace of Cups. We're going to put it over here. And somebody who's closed out a cycle. Oh, you want one more. Okay. And who wants to reunite with somebody from the past. Okay. So oh, look at that. It's the Emperor. Can you see that? It's the Emperor, someone who has grown. All right, from their battles. They have grown They have taken control and are in charge of their life. They are a leader, you know. They are all fairness. They are all about giving, generosity. They're all about being protective. They might even be a father figure, so this person might have a child. Um, there, it may or may not be an older man. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be an older man than the Queen of Wands. But they are highly intelligent and they have this type of authority energy to them. They're probably in business of some kind. They are they have a lot of energy and a lot of power in business and in finances, possibly in life in some way. But perhaps they haven't really had the success with love. And so now they're coming back around. They want to, they've seen that the Queen of Wands is someone that they want to be in a committed relationship with, right? And they want to offer their cup of love, which is again divinely inspired again. So it's all good, you know. It's the divine's behind it, just like the Ace of Pentacles here. They have ended a cycle and are in a new cycle, which they're the old cycle they've left behind. They learned what they needed to learn from it, and they are moving forward in a new cycle with all of that learning and just the karma that they had to experience because of it. They've got that in their back pocket, and they've got the divine in their back pocket because of the support of this cup of love going to the Queen of Wands, okay? And this is what they want. They're hoping to celebrate with you in reunion, to come together in a like a get together, but in good times of just coming together and reconnecting, making that connection again and celebrating it with each other and with others. And it may mean, again, this is going to move into this, where he might be asking for the Queen of Wands, your hand in marriage, you know, to be engaged. He might be wanting to move in with you or you to move in with them, whatever it might be. But the bottom line is, it looks great, but it just means that the Queen of Wands here has her own journey to step out on first, okay? To be able to put her, control her emotions, get out of feeling pessimistic thinking, no longer having inner conflict, just have faith, knowing that from time spent you've seen where the errors of your way have been in thinking and feeling, or maybe even doing, and the divine has lit up a path for you that is going to help you balance your emotions and for you to find the strength and courage to step out and manifest a Ten of Cups reality for you, whether that's with somebody or not, but it looks like it's going to be with somebody. The Emperor here, and you're going to have nothing but, the karmic wheel is turning in your favor now. So you're going to have fortune, great fortune, prosperity and abundance, and a lot of energy to just go get it, right? And the divine is backing you up prosperously. Okay, so justice is going to come to you because it needed to, apparently, from the past, and you're going to have an opportunity to look at the past rushing back into you, telling you everything, maybe giving you some explanations about why they did what they did. And they're going to be looking at you very, very seriously, but you always have a choice, okay? Doesn't mean you have to take it. That's the Lovers, is a choice. He's chosen you, but you have to choose him in return to make it a Two of Cups, right? You have to be on the same page with him to do that. And he's an Emperor. He's gone from whatever it was a night, he's maybe he was a page at one time and he went to night. He's showing up as a knight, but he's learned some valuable lessons, and he's taken charge of his life. He's in control of his life, and he wants to have a future with you in a Ten of Cups by starting off with a divinely inspired cup of love, a very large cup of love that's overflowing. That's the water overflowing, and he really, really loves you, really loves and hopes it's reciprocated, because he wants to be in this new cycle with you, Queen of Wands. I hope you enjoyed that message. Let's get one or two messages from the mermaids, okay? Divine messages from our divine mermaids, please. What can you tell us, please? Archangel Michael and the Holy Spirit and the mermaids. To leave our viewers with a couple of last messages of advice, guidance, inspiration. Okay, I'm picking. Okay, here we go. First one, opportunity. You will prove yourself and discover if you brave the rough seas. Do I have to go over this again? You step out into the sea. I can't make this up, right? You put your foot in that rough sea, and it's going to be, not only controlled, calmed down, it's going to be split for you, so you can walk across and realize the opportunities that are waiting there on the other side. So you will prove yourself and discover if you brave the rough seas. Okay, so if you take that out of the equation, no longer being in inner conflict with yourself or with anyone else, you just say, well, okay, that's where I'm going, right here. I've made my decision. I'm replacing that energy right there. Now I am on a wheel of moving forward in fortune and abundance, prosperity, and a lot of energy with the divine on my back. And so that's your opportunity if you choose to do this. You just got to take that first step. Optimism. After each rainstorm, there will be clear skies. Okay, so it looks like this guy, you see how his skies are clearing up? That means that you can optimistically expect someone to return to provide clarity for you and justice as well, and so that you can move into a relationship with him who loves you dearly and wants to be in a new cycle with you to create a Ten of Cups experience with you. That's having everything. Okay, everything. Love, money, success, stability, security, whatever a human being desires, you have here. So optimism. After each rainstorm, there will be clear skies. So these rainstorms that we're talking about is these ones here. The past, right? The clear skies are when you turn around and look there, because you're gaining clarity through being in hermit mode, in isolation. Whether that's in the past or you're currently doing that, I'm not sure. But I hope that was helpful to you. I'm going to end the reading here, and I will pick up with a reading again on Monday. But I'll in the description box, guys, below the video, you'll find links to my book and website and my 8-minute meditations on my another YouTube channel I have, and also Amazon links to some of the decks that I use, okay? But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself, and we'll see you soon. Until next time, bye.